Welcome to this explainer. Let's dive right in because we're looking at a truly fascinating transition happening in the workplace right this very minute. We are officially shifting away from that manual administrative grind of traditional project management and data processing and moving directly into an era of AI-empowered strategy. Seriously, if you've ever felt completely bogged down by endless spreadsheet formatting or those soul-crushing weekly status reports, you are absolutely going to love what the data from our sources reveals today.
Just think about this number, 4.6 hours. That is the staggering average amount of time an analyst wastes every single week just on manual Excel reporting and formatting alone. According to insights from Engineer Master Labs, that's pure mechanical repetition. You know the drill, copy-pasting, cleaning up messy data, rebuilding the exact same pivot tables week after agonizing week. It's a massive drain on your productivity, but as we'll see today, it's an entirely solvable problem. So here's our quick agenda for this explainer. 1, we'll look at the project management grind. 2, supercharging predictive project planning. 3, prompting for heavy industries. 4, autonomous agents in Excel. And finally, number 5, AI drafts, human validates.
But before we jump in, I really want you to ask yourself this directly. What if you could just delegate all that mechanical work to an autonomous coworker? Like, what if you were no longer the one doing the heavy lifting, and instead, you were simply the editor reviewing the work of a super fast, highly capable digital assistant? How much would that change your day-to-day? Keep that mindset front and center as we tackle our first major topic.
Section 1, the project management grind.
So if we look at predictive or waterfall project management, we see a methodology that totally thrives on strict sequence. As project management expert Mike Clayton points out, it's a 4-step journey. You start with definition, move into precise planning, execute through delivery, and finally wrap up in closure. And hey, it's a fantastic, proven system for getting really complex things built. But there's always a catch, right? While this highly structured approach is absolutely essential for domains like manufacturing, engineering, and construction, it definitely comes with a heavy cost. The day-to-day writing, the endless estimating, the constant status reporting, all of this creates a massive administrative burden. Essentially, these high governance frameworks demand massive effort, eating up hours of your day with tasks that require mechanical work, but basically zero of your actual professional judgment.
Which brings us to Section 2, supercharging predictive project planning.
Let's look at what's happening over in Microsoft Project 2024 as an example. They are integrating AI to handle all of that mechanical project management work we were just talking about. This AI acts as a smart scheduler. It actually looks at historical data from your past projects to predict optimal schedules and spot risks in real time to give you early warnings before deadlines slip. It even handles automated task and resource allocation based on team skill sets to prevent bottlenecks. Plus, you get real-time reporting.
The contrast here is honestly night and day. Think about the old way. You're just staring at a blank duration column, painstakingly, manually building out every single dependency chain. But in the new AI-empowered way, which we've seen demonstrated by workflows from Free Academy and project managers like Rich Weller, you literally just paste a 1-paragraph project brief into a tool like ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, and boom, in seconds, you instantly generate a complete, structured first draft work breakdown structure that drops right into your scheduling software. You're no longer building from scratch. You're just pruning and refining.
Section 3, prompting for heavy industries. Now, check out this heavily tested prompt, sourced from a community of engineering professionals on Reddit. It says, generate a pre-mobilization checklist for work type at site type, covering permits, equipment, materials, personnel certifications, and safety requirements. This totally proves that AI isn't just some fun toy for creative writing or drafting polite emails. When you prompt it correctly, it's a highly tactical tool for generating very structured engineering deliverables. And the reason a prompt like that works so incredibly well is because it forces the AI into a strict framework. You're delegating the heavy documentation, sure, but you're forcing the AI to account for clearly defined scope, sequential operations, quality checkpoints, and strict safety precautions. You're basically commanding the AI to output professional-grade structures that actually align with heavy industry standards.
Let's move on to Section 4, autonomous agents in Excel.
We are seeing a massive paradigm shift here. Standard AI, what most of us are used to using every day, is pretty passive. It's basically a chatbot where it answers questions one at a time. You ask for a formula, you copy it, you paste it. But agent mode, that's completely different. It's autonomous. It plans, it executes, and it iterates. You give it a multi-step goal, and it breaks that down, executes the steps sequentially, and even fixes its own mistakes without you lifting a finger.
To really see this in action, there's an incredible demonstration from the Teachers Tech channel showing off Microsoft Excel's new agent mode. The user just typed a single text prompt asking for a Q4 report. In exactly 42 seconds, the agent autonomously knocked out 3 complex tasks. It added a calculated total revenue column down the whole sheet, generated a brand new worksheet with a pivot table, and inserted a clustered bar chart of the top 5 items. That is a full dashboard from one command in under a minute. Absolutely wild.
And when you scale this concept up to the enterprise level, you start seeing workflows like this 4-step Python pipeline used by engineer master labs. The system automatically ingests the messy data, validates the schema, and then uses an AI layer for the transform step to fix things like inconsistent product names. Because hey, we all know that one person who constantly misspells widget on the shared drive, right? Finally, it handles the output generation. It manages real-world messy data with absolutely zero human intervention.
Which brings us perfectly to section 5. AI drafts, human validates.
If you take literally nothing else away from this explainer, please remember this golden rule. AI drafts, you validate. Look, the AI doesn't know your team's real velocity, it doesn't know your specific stakeholders, and honestly, it can sound incredibly confident even when it's totally wrong. So the AI does the mechanical drafting, but you are the supervisor who applies the professional judgment. Every single estimate, risk register, and data dashboard needs your expert eye before it goes official. So to safely integrate this into your daily workflow, you should follow these best practices derived from Free Academy. First up, always strip out confidential client data before pasting anything into an AI. Second, explicitly state your assumptions like team size or constraints, or the AI is just going to guess, and usually guess badly. Third, let the software, not the AI, calculate schedule math. Paste the AI's draft back into Microsoft Project and let the core software handle the baseline dates. And finally, maintain a robust prompt library so you never have to start from scratch again. I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought to consider. We now know that AI can build the baseline schedule, analyze the messy data, and write the weekly status report in a fraction of the time it used to take. So if AI is handling all of that, what are you going to do with your newly reclaimed time? How will you use your unique human judgment to push your projects even further? Think about that as you step into your new role as an AI-empowered strategist. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to start experimenting with these tools today.